Hi, somebody was asking me the other day about understanding about our space that we hold. We held an energetic space. So we talk about our physical body that we have, and our physical body occupies a space, which is where I am right now. And if I move, my physical body moves over, and now I occupy a different space, and that space there gets filled up by the oxygen or the energy or the air around us, all the molecules. But now I'm occupying this space, so I'm going to go back to that one. So I step back. And as I step back, I push all that out of the road, and it's like water, and it goes out of the road and fills up the gap, the void that I leave behind it, yeah? So air's the same thing, but water is, because it's a lot more thicker consistency, so when you stand, you can feel it in your arms, but the air's the same thing. Air's almost like a liquid. It's just so much thinner, we just can't actually see it. But it doesn't stop it being there, and all the molecules and all the oxygen and hydrogen and all the gas molecules that are out here, they're all energetic molecules with atoms all whizzing around, so it's all just like a big, huge energy field we stand in. And of course in Qigong we can absorb the energy of that field into our body to tonify our own body's energy, which is what one of the things Qigong does. But what I want to talk about today is about the actual field itself that's created out there. So I was in the beach the other day and I was lying in the water, and I was thinking that all the water's connected through the whole planet. That sea that I'm lying in here in Bali, it goes across all the oceans, and all the oceans are all somehow connected. There's no gap that all goes around somewhere and fills up all the gaps of all the water of the whole planet, right up to the North and South Pole. And so I'm sitting in a field of energy in the water that's completely connected to the planet. I thought it was a fascinating thing. I was taking my mind to different places in the world where I've swum in the water and thinking that I'm still connected to the same energetic field, the same field. Well, the same thing happens with the oxygen above the air. So as we stand up, we have this idea of the energy field around us, and it's the oxygen. We stand and we walk around inside this field of energetics, even though, as I say, we can't see it as such. But we stand in this field. So when we're moving, when I stand in the oxygen or the energy field of the air, all the other things are standing in it as well. All the trees, the people, the plants, the mountains, the rivers, all the animals, the birds, the insects are all inside the same energetic field I'm in. Yeah, same with the water. When I'm in the water, I'm in for all the fish. Well, now I'm standing in the air, but I'm connected to all the other ones. They're all standing in the same energetic field I'm standing in. And so when I move and I walk and I take the energetic field with me. See, as I go, my energy field around me, and it can be bigger than we think it is, as I move, and I'm moving around in this energy field connected to everything. And so what happens with the Qigong, and what happens through meditation as well, is your awareness of the space increases, and it becomes a lot more alive, this thing outside of yourself, instead of just being yourself in your physical body. All of a sudden you become aware of the space that's outside of you and the energy field that you're walking in. Now you can take your space a long way out. You can go 10 kilometres out either side, and when you walk, you can walk with your 10 kilometre space with you. And you can be walking inside that field because you're connected to it, so you can. And you can palpably feel it. And so part of that is to have the experience of what that feels like, of being connected to something outside of ourselves and walk around in it. Now I encourage you to do one, if you watch this, I'll do an exercise with you to help you connect with it. And then we'll take it for a walk and go for a walk into the field so you can feel what that feels like, yeah? So, we'll pick one. I'll make a nice easy one for you. So, if you can imagine if you're standing in some water, standing in water, and the water's up to your neck this way. Yep. And you get your hand out, and I want you to push the water across. Yep. And then you're going to bring it back, and you're going to push in the back part of your hand across, back the other way. Now you know what happens when you do this. The water rushes, as you go across, the water rushes past your arm and fills up the gap behind it. And if you do it fast, you have these eddies, little round circles appear of that water that comes either side as you're going back. The water, as it fills up the gap, creates these little circles. They call them eddies and rivers and things. And so you're creating this energetic movement of the air, of the water, the states because they're standing in the water. And we're moving it knowing that the water's rushing around the hand. And the more you feel that feeling of what it feels like to be in water, now you've all done this at some stage. So you know what it feels like. And if you have it next time you're in the bath or next time you're in a pool, just try it and just be aware of the hand moving through the water and what the water does around your hand. And most of you will already understand what that feels like anyway. You would have done this before in your life. And you can feel how thick the air is, the water is, sorry. And you can feel how thick the water's running around the hand and moving through the fingers, yeah? Good. So now we're going to change that, and we're going to say so you can do it in the air. So bring the other hand back up again, and this time it's in the air, and then move the air with your hand. Yeah? And then move the air back. Now, not everybody's going to be able to feel this idea, the concept of this, but we're bringing your mind and intention to feel something different. And you might be able to feel the air coming around your fingers, you might feel it running over the hairs in your arm, you might feel that. But you notice it's there. Try and keep your shoulder down and relax so you're not using too much muscle. And just let the arm float. Cool, try the other arm. Comes up, move the air. And you can feel the air. Becomes palpable. Good. To make this feel even stronger, bring your arms down. We'll do a different exercise. Bring your hands, shoulders up. Have you sitting on your palm of your hands. Bring your palms up that way and drop your shoulders. And do this exercise. Pick them up, drop them, pick them up, drop them. And you can do this fast. Yeah? This is from a particular Qigong system, from Xingyin Qigong. This is one of their flagship exercises they do. It takes all the tension out of your body. Well, it actually does a lot of things, but good. Now, pick your arm up again, and then move the air. Now your arm's a lot lighter now. Your arm should be a bit lighter, and it'll start floating by itself. And you're pushing it back, and you can now it's more easy to feel the air because your arm's lighter. Yeah, and you can feel the air running around your fingers. Good, feel it running around your fingers. Bring the other hand up, let it float up. Push the air. Push the air back. Good, and have the sensation of feeling the air around the outside. So when you have that idea, bring the other hand up, and then you put palms towards each palm, you move them towards, you can actually feel the energy between the two palms of your hands, yeah? And it's palpable. As you push it together, you can feel it's like a resistance. But then also on the other side, but if we move both hands, now the hands are moving, we have this resistance between our palms, but we also have the resistance of the arms moving too. Now we can feel the air around our hands, and we're moving this energetic field. Good, so we have the idea of this energy field is outside of ourselves, it's just here. Good, bring your hands down. Now imagine yourself standing in that, and if I just move, then my body moves from side to side. I'm still inside this field, this energetic movement, and I can feel it. And I encourage you to do is to take the idea of this field that you're in and walk with it. Take a walk. And when you walk, you feel like you're walking in the fluid, but it's actually the air, and you can actually feel it. It becomes more and more sensitive. And I encourage you to go for a walk outside after you've seen this, if you can. Walk outside and have the idea of all that space out there, all that oxygen out there, all that gas out there. You're walking in part of it. As you walk, you're walking in it. And you're not walking just as a physical body anymore. You're walking inside this ocean of air, and you're moving around inside the air so you can feel it. So you realize you are part of a bigger energy field, the field that's outside of yourself, and you're connected to that. Have a go at that and see how that goes. Message me, let me know how your experience of that. When we do Qigong, it just feels like the arms are just moving in the air, and the air is moving around the arms, and the body is just breathing in and out the energy that's outside of ourselves, which is a fascinating thing. That's why I think Qigong is such a marvelous thing anyway. Have a beautiful day, everybody. I'll just bow to you. The same thing when we bow. Gong. Let the arms just float up inside the air. Bring the energy of the air into your heart. Bring it down to your physical center. Very cool. Enjoy that experience. It's fun. Bye-bye.